Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout. Now this page kit is one that I got done way back, I believe when I went on my weekend away. It was last November, and I had put together 25 page kits for the weekend and ended up doing 22 pages, and I brought my camera along, so I ended up filming all the pages that I had done, and I still have about 11 pages to upload to YouTube. And this paper collection is from Bo Bunny. It's called Ad Lib. I had a few 12 by 12 and also a couple of 6 by 6, might be from a different collection. And then I had a few stickers and a few cut aparts. I had 3 pictures that I put aside with this layout. And there were 3 pictures of last summer. We had gone to the drive-in, and it was the first time that Mason had gone to the drive-in. Now the pictures were printed at 4x4, and when I went to my local pharmacy, that's where I get my pictures printed when I don't use my Canon selfie. So if I want to print 200 pictures at once, I don't do that on my Canon selfie or my other printer. I just go to my local pharmacy and I just get a whole bunch of pictures printed. Now, the time that I went for these pictures, I decided to get all my pictures printed by 4x4. And then the next time I went, I got my pictures printed 4x6. And sometimes I get 5x7 done. And then that way, when I work on some pages, I have different sizes of pictures, and then that way it's easier to kind of change up how my layouts look like. Now I know I want to mat my photos with some red cardstock, and I want to put the photos all side by side. So instead of going in the middle like I normally do, I'm just going to go at the top of the cardstock because I'm going to need the entire 12-inch on the top and the bottom, so I can't just gut it out of the middle. So then I'm just going to leave about 1/8 of an inch at the top, and then I'll just take my trimmer and trim the bottom. Now, second of all, I just want to apologize that I didn't upload a video on Monday, and it's because that little foamy thing that goes on my headset, I lost it. And anyway, when I actually film video or record voiceovers, it's really, because that little foamy thing, kind of takes away the noises from your surrounding area. And also I find like you can almost hear like me snapping my lips or leaving the S's or way more. And I don't know if you could actually hear Louis, our little dog there, my daughter's dog. He was eating, and I'm sure you could hear it. But anyway, my husband was supposed to get me one of those little foamy things over the weekend, and he forgot. So it would mean that I wouldn't upload a video today. So I decided to upload it anyway. And second of all, this is the 3rd time I'm doing the voiceover. The first 2 times when I go to render the video, it just keeps doing fail. So I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, so I deleted the whole video. I retransferred it from my external hard drive to my computer. So I'm trying for the 3rd time. So I don't know if there's anything corrupted with my video or what the case is. But so here goes the 3rd time. So I'm hoping that this time it actually works. So I'm going to use the red lined paper as my background. The second pattern paper has words all over it, and I cut that down to about 6.5. And then I went into my washi tape, and I knew I had a washi tape that was sort of a film strip, so I wanted to use that because it was a page about taking Mason to the drive-in. Okay, so then I took the pattern paper with the words and I cut it down to about 6.5. Then I had a 6x6 pattern paper, which I cut in 4 pieces of about 1 inch, 1.5 inches each. And I'm going to end up making a 1x12 piece with it. At first, I'm going to toy with just putting it at the top left and bottom right, and then eventually I'll decide to do a full strip. I'm going to take some ink in black soot, and I'm going to ink the edges of all the pattern papers, just because, you know, the background pattern paper, the red lined paper, and even the other one, they look a little distressed, so I just wanted to make sure that everything looked kind of distressed. And then, like I said, I went and I found this film strip washi tape, and I'm going to end up putting it right above the photo and right underneath the photo, and it makes it look like the photos themselves are film strips, and I really like that. So I put it just above the cardstock, and then I lifted the cardstock, and then I'm able to tuck it underneath without having to, you know, lift the cardstock and trying to put it all at once, because there's no way I could do that. But if you just gently put it and then lift the cardstock, then you're able to put it underneath. And then I'm going to start building my page. Once I know how everything is going to be, I just like to start gluing it down, and then before I go too far with my embellishments, because then I don't like having to take everything apart. I'd rather have my base, so my pattern papers and everything, glued down, and then I can just move on from there. And because I always find that trying to put stuff in the same place that I had it before, and I have to move all the pattern papers, it's such a pain. And I know it doesn't have to be put in the same place, but for some reason, the first way you put down something is always the way that I like it the most, and then trying to recreate that is almost impossible for whatever reason. So I took some of the die cuts and I cut them down, and they were from a pattern paper, again from the Bo Bunny Ad Lib. I had some little viewfinders, and then I had these little washi tape. They were in a washi tape book, and I had two of them, and both of them were red. And I'm going to put them, one at the top left and one at the bottom right, and I'm going to make it so that it touches where my embellishment cluster is. Now also, when I put those two pieces of 6x6 pattern papers together, you can tell you can really see where the divide is, and I'm going to build my cluster right there. And one of the embellishment cluster, I'm going to put the viewfinder on the right side of it, and on the top one I'm going to put it to the left side of it, and then it really makes it so that both don't look like they're right in the center of the layout. They kind of look offset. And also, by putting the washi tape one to the left and one to the right, it kind of makes it so that both of the embellishment clusters, you know, one is to the left and one is to the right. And then after that, I'm going to do a cluster right at the top of the layout. Now those little die cuts that I cut out, I'm going to mount them on some foam tape, and that foam roll is a huge roll, a 3M roll, and I got that one, I'm not sure if I got on Amazon or Simon Says Stamp, but if you watch, you know, Simon Says Stamp or Amazon, those things are not cheap. I think they're like $40. They're way cheaper in the States, but for us, you know, they're almost $50, 46 something. But if you keep watching, sometimes they'll go on sale. So I got it when it was about, I think, I don't know, $29 or $26. And I got two rolls because it was basically two rolls for the price of one. And I had another roll before this one, but when I bought this one, I bought two at once, and I'm still on that roll, and it's over 2 years, or it's going to be 2 years in March that I've been on this roll, and I still have a full roll. So probably when I, you know, open my next roll, then I'll start watching Amazon and Simon Says Stamp, and to see if I can find it at a good deal again. This is another washi tape, and it was arrows, so I'm going to just overlay it over top the die cuts, and then I'm going to have a die cut at the top, or a cluster at the top there. And I think, yes, I'm going to add some enamel dots, and then I'm going to cover my photos, and I'm going to add some splatters. And I just want to say, I got another one of one of those bullet journals or dot journals, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do videos about it, getting it ready, because I'm going to do it how to track my goals for this year that I made, both bookish and my personal goals and scrappy goals. So I'm going to be filming that. So be watching for that. I'm going to be working on that very shortly because I want to be able to track everything for the year. And we're already January 16th. So I want to make sure that I track that. And that's it. That's going to complete this layout. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up and also leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.